So I did promise this video, it's time to rank all of the Marvel Mondo Steelbooks. So let's do it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Yes, so as you may know, I've been getting the Marvel Mondo Steelbooks. The third phase of them, for want of a better term, has just been completed. So now I have all of phase 1, 2 and 3 of the MCU in 4K Mondo Steelbook. Now that doesn't include the Incredible Hulk because that's sat with Universal. And it doesn't include the Spider-Man films because they are Sony. So this is solely the MCU without those. Whether Mondo will go on to do further steelbooks for phase 4 of the Marvel films, I assume it's likely, considering they're up to date now. But this is where sort of Marvel, the MCU, hit its high point with Endgame. You know, it was on an increase up, and then after that, everything's pretty much a lull afterwards. So we're looking at those first 3 phases. I'm going to rank these steelbooks from worst to best, or my least favourite to my favourite, I should say. Not talking about the films, not talking about the quality of the film or what I think of the films, although I might drop that in when I do my ranking. But this is solely about the package, the artwork and that sort of thing as a collector. So let's get into it. Okay, so what I have here in front of me to the left is 20 steelbooks. 20 steelbooks to look at. My least favourite to my favourite of these steelbooks. So let's do it, let's get into it. So in that last spot, we have Thor: The Dark World, and ironically one of least favourite movies in the MCU, like for most people. For me, I don't know, I mean it's a decent steelbook, I don't mind it, it's nice, but it's my least favourite of the lot. It's a bit sort of drab looking, it's got nice spot gloss in, but they all have spot gloss in, that sort of thing on it. But for me, it's just very grey, very dark, very uninspiring. It's nice, don't get me wrong. You have the gold foil on the front to go there. But yeah, it's just, I had to put that one in last space, or last spot, whatever you want to call it. Then dropping down to number 19, ironically, it's Thor again. Yes. Again, they've just gone with this very, very dark aesthetic. Okay, the foiling's nice, you know, on the outer slip and that sort of a thing. And you know, I can't fault that. And on the back... Yes, on the back you have it like that. Different image. This is where Mondo were a lot less lazy with their products, I felt. As in, you know, they've done something a bit different on the back. Yeah. And you open it up. And again inside it's like so. It's just very dark. Why would, you know, I don't know why they've gone for this dark aesthetic for the Thor films. I don't know. So that's that sort of 18th or 19th spot, sorry. Then we have one of the latest ones out. That is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt there could have been more to it. It's just side of his face. And with the lines coming over it of him getting larger, it just doesn't do much for me. On the flip side, on the back, you got Hope Van Dyne there. Yeah, I mean, you got a little foil, you know, Ant-Man and Wasp there on the slip. But that's it. Again, nothing on the back. You'll notice that as they sort of went on. And the interior is just that. Yeah, again, you know, just nothing you know, it didn't get me excited. It didn't get me excited. Next up, we have Iron Man 3. And I actually like this one. I like the sort of gold and red aesthetic to sort of match the Iron Man armour. But with this one, even though it is one of their third phases, they did actually put a little bit of foil, different foiling onto the back of the slip. Not a lot, but a little bit, as you can see. But yeah, I don't really like the face, the drawing of the face of Tony Stark there. Don Cheadle being blown up on the back. I don't like the thick black lines. An interior, you like that, and that is just imaging from the front. Nice spot glossing. So yeah, I'll put that Iron Man one there in 17th spot. That's right, no, I've got the numbers right, I'm sure I have. Let go. I'm getting that in upside down, putting that back in upside down. So that's, yeah, I'm forgetting my numbers here. Anyway, let's forget the numbers. Next up, we have Civil War. Captain America Civil War. Now, my gripe with this one is it's very busy. Very, very busy. I don't really like the image too much of the face of Captain America there. It's a bit off for me. Again, they haven't done much with the spot glossing, apart from putting the Avengers logo on it. Which I think is a bit odd considering it is a Captain America movie, or it could be an Avengers 2.5, you know what I mean? And that's got all the Avengers in it. But you thought the A's would be saved for an Avengers film, but there we go. But yeah, it's just very, very dark. I mean, you've got a blown up picture of it there. It just looks crass, this image, I'll be honest. I like the divide of the colour. You have the sort of blue and the red down the centre. I quite like that. And it's got nice foil spot glossing all over it. I will say that. So, jumping down to the next spot is Iron Man 2. It's quite a nice one. Let's take that out. See, there's nothing on the back apart from where glue didn't come off properly. So you've got the Iron Man 2 logo in the foil there, as you can see against that white. That makes a good thing actually. I should have done that at the start. Then we have this image here of Iron Man War Machine spot glossed on the back. See, different art on the back. That's what I like, as opposed to a blown up piece of the front. But yeah, and inside we like that. See, I haven't been talking about the films, have I? And my love for the films and where films sit. That should be another ranking, another day. I'd have to put a lot of thought into that if I'd done that ranking. But there we go. Next up, we have Avengers Endgame. Now, I like this one. But again, it's just too busy. It's just too busy for my liking. I know that the film has a lot of characters in it, and they've got to encompass that. You've got the foil there on the outer slip, nothing on the back, as you can see. But the steelbook itself is just, you know, nice spot glossing on Captain America, holding Mjolnir there. All the characters spread throughout. It's just very busy. You'll just look and look and look to see everything. And I know it's a busy film, but there we go. And the back is a blown up part of the front image. But you haven't got those heavy lines like the other ones have, that sort of artwork. This is nicer. It is nicer. It's that section of the front. Open it up inside, and you've got the 3 discs. Again, the artwork here is blown up section of the front. But, you know, it's a nicer artwork on that one, I will say. But I will say that this film would be near the top of my MCU list of films. Fantastic film. I love it. Even love it over this one. This is Avengers Infinity War. Again, very dark aesthetic to this one. Let's pull it out. Again, nothing on the back, but you've got the silver leaf print in there on the outer slip. And again, busy in that it's got everyone on it, but a lot less busy than the other one. you know, Endgame, I would say. But again, nice art, nice, you know. And again, on the back, nice to have Wanda and Vision together because they've got a sort of story arc within the film, you know, their sort of love interest. But that's just a small section of that blown up. But again, you can see how great it is, how great it looks, because it's more photorealism than them other ones. Yeah, and inside, 2 discs there, and again, a section of the thing blown up. It's just... they're just too busy for me more than anything else. They're great steelbooks, don't get me wrong. Them two are great steelbooks for great films, but they're just so busy. Like the, you know, the Civil War one as well. Then we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And again, it's busy, but not as busy. I mean, you know, a lot less characters on it. You can see what's going on. A nice gold foiling on the slip. None on the back though, and that's that. And then, yeah, let's have a look at it. So again, well, it's nicely coloured. The green sort of pops out of it, I think. On the back, there you go, you got the ship, spot glossed on the back. Inside, yeah, Yondu and that. That's a good one, like that. Back in. Then next up, we have Thor Ragnarok. Ironically, this one is sort of almost similar to this in its colour scheme. I thought this looked quite busy when I first saw it. I like the silver leafing of Valkyrie there on the front of a Pegasus horse. I like the green and purples because, yeah, green is for Hulk and purple is a colour that's synonymous with the Hulk as well. It's got spot glossing on the back. Not spot glossing, sorry. It's got gold leaf on the back that forms part of Hela's mask there, as you can see. And you keep them with the green for some reason on the back there, but there we go. Yeah, and spot glossing, nice. Interior design, like so, and a nice big blown up image in the middle of Valkyrie on Pegasus horse. The Pegasus. I don't know if the horse has got a name in the film, I don't know. But yeah, it's a Pegasus, a horse with wings, isn't it? Which is a Pegasus. Now I always keep these cards in the back because it protects them, if you were wondering. Now 10 left. So number 10. Avengers Age of Ultron. I don't know why I like this one. I mean, the comic book speaks to me. I read the comic when Age of Ultron, the comic came about, years before this. It was a good read. And when they announced they were doing Age of Ultron, I was like super excited. I really was. And unfortunately, I don't think they've done Ultron justice in the film. But I'm talking about film now for this one. But there's the silver leaf on the slip, as you can see. But yeah, I just like this one. I like the design of Ultron. I like that he's big on it, sort of overpowering the Avengers. But again, you're back to the same sort of art on the back. Again, blown up, but that's what I mean by thick lines. It's almost like it was drawn smaller. When something's drawn big, you get, when you blow it up, you don't see this kind of effect. But when it's drawn small, when you blow it up, you get this sort of an effect here. But I do like it. And this is a really underrated Marvel film, I will say that. And I like the Ultron, you know, sort of stuff going on inside there. Yeah. Very Ultron-centric, that one. But yeah, it's such an underrated film. It's the forgotten film. Marvel made a mistake with this film. They should never have announced Infinity War before this one came out, because as stories go, Infinity War is far grander than Age of Ultron in the comics, so people got excited, and then this one sort of fell by the wayside in the psyche, so to speak. Then we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. And again, some nice the silver leaf. And you do get this on all of them. I'm sort of repeating myself, very repetitive what I say. Ship on the back again, there, in some sort of silver. You'll see that line in a minute. And then there's your steelbook there. Nice spot glossed blue and purple colours on it. On the back, yeah, the ship again, spot glossed. And the interior, I've got Thanos there, appearing. Because he's in the back there, look. That Thanos, that is Thanos' face, isn't it? Yeah, because he's a little part of the film at the end. Yeah. So I like that one. And like I said, this is just my opinion on the steelbooks. It's a sort of nothing ranking, because everyone's would probably be different completely. Because again, it's all subjective, this is. But next up, Avengers, or Avengers Assemble. Now this is a French release, I think, I got this from, because it took ages for us to get it over here. So let's have a look. Let's take that out first. Because you do have some silver on the back that aligns with, almost, a bit off. The lines with Iron Man's eyes. See the silver of his eyes, his arc reactor and his hand thing, blaster, we're going to call it. Front has the Avengers on it and the Tesseract there, which aligns there and gives it a bit of colour. So when you come out, you lose that colour. Again, I like the fact that, like on the Age of Ultron one, you've got the villain more centric on this one, Loki. And obviously Loki's a fantastic character. Again, all spot glossed over the characters. It's all going on within Loki. You know, it's all white behind him. It's all going on within, just with a bit of Hawkeye's arrow, bow and arrow coming out there. On the back, yeah, you got Iron Man, which is that part blown up, and on the interior, like so. I mean, this is what you mean when you blow it up. I hate this Captain America mask. I really hate the Avengers mask. I really do. It just looks hideous and stupid. But there we go. But yeah, so that's that one there. Let me put that, slide that back within, from whence it came. Shall remain until I'll watch it again. Next, Captain America the Winter Soldier. Now, a dark aesthetic for probably my favourite Marvel film. Again, you can see the silver, nothing on the back. Let's take a look at that. It's just the logo that's silvered. But I like the blue of the Captain America uniform there, the spot glossing, the shield centred, very focused on red, white and blue almost, but grey, very grey aesthetic. Spot glossing, as you can see. Yeah, it's nice. And on the back, a blown up image of Sam Wilson. Fantastic character. Yeah. And inside, take a look. And there's inside Bucky, or the Winter Soldier. Didn't take the discs out on any of them, did I? I'm not gonna. But yeah, the star on that one. Yeah. Fantastic. You've got 2 stars. For 2 different countries. There we go. Next up, Doctor Strange. Now this one I wasn't sure on when I first saw it on paper, an image of it. It's very sort of comic book centric kind of an image. But then when I got it and I opened it up, I loved it. I loved the green on the foil there, green on the back, got Doctor Strange there. That sort of just, not that it aligns with anything, but it gives you him on the back. But this is very, very sort of Jack Kirby kind of comic style art on here. Gold for the name and the symbols there. There's just something about this that I like. It's the comic aesthetic, and that a lot of people probably wouldn't like that. Might put people off, but for me, it just works. It works. Like I said, I wasn't sure on it until I opened it, and I said, you know what? I like the colours. It just sort of speaks of comic book of old. something about it's just different than the others. There's a difference to it in the way they approach that one than all the others. And then we got 5 left. Next up, Iron Man. First Iron Man film. Yeah, and you got some nice foiling on this one, front and back. Obviously the back is like so, with just the logo that does spill over the logo there when you put it in. And on the back, I'll show you, you have Iron Man's face and all the silver foiling lines up with it there, which again, really nice. And I like the fact they didn't go with a like sort of big brash image, a big brash part of the film or anything like that. It's just Tony Stark in the desert walking away from the smashed up Mark 1 armour. Again, just one that was different, a lot more thought went into. And there we have the image inside. Yeah. But minus Tony Stark, who's spot glossed. So he's sort of taken out of it on the interior, and it is just the thingy. Yeah, just a nice sort of another simplistic, you know, less is more kind of a image for a steelbook. Then 4th spot, Captain Marvel. Yeah, and this one I weren't sure on. I wasn't sure on when I saw it on paper. Then I opened it and I just thought that is fantastic. It really is nice. So let's get it out and take a look. Now, what I like about this one, okay, you got the foil in here on her, you know, when she uses her powers. So you can see it come up like so, and it sort of goes over it. That's nice. But what I like about this one, what I didn't know, is that it's like a reversible sleeve. It's spot gloss there, or a reversible cover, because on the back you have the same image, but different colour scheme, a different outfit, you know, and let's see if that'll fit again over it. So you can actually choose what, you know, do you want that side or do you want that side as your cover? Choice is yours. I like that. And then, you know, together they just pop together like that. They look fantastic. And the interior, like so. Yeah, it's just blown up image, which doesn't look too bad on her face when it is blown up. I thought it was going to look far worse looking at that. There we go. So we've only got 3 more to do. 3 more. So let's do them. Put that one away. Yeah, this was the last one released. This is one that I just got pretty much. A bit tight getting that slip in there. And then so third spot is Black Panther. Nice black and gold aesthetic on that, which just works really well. Let's take a look. Let's pull out the J card, because it has got gold foiling on the back of the slip as well. There you go, nice image of Black Panther on the back. As you can see, the gold foiling which comes down, matches up with all that. And on the front, same. You know, it's all that stuff there. Go down. I mean, the black on this one obviously suits the film because Black Panther. So all the black, sort of black and gold. It's really nice. Very striking steelbook. Okay, the spot glossing of the Panther on the back is the same as on the front. You know, same image. And inside we have some differences to the discs. So I will show them as opposed to, you know, not having Black Panther on it. And you've got part of the Wakanda landscape or cityscape there emblazoned upon the inside. So yeah, that one's a nice sort of standout, nice striking standout steelbook. We've only got 2 left now. See, we're getting there to the end. So, second spot goes to AntMan 1. And I just love this image of Ant-Man with the ant there. I think it's fantastic. You know, it's got, it's a bit stiffer to get out. Pull that out. There's no image on, no you know, foiling on the back. It's just on the front there with the Ant-Man logo. Nice spot gloss in for Ant-Man. I just like it that he's, you know, shrunk down. He's got that flying ant behind him. Anthony, is it? That's what he named it. The one that died. I'm assuming it's that one. And then on the back, we're given a little ant there. In the middle with a different, you know, the image sort of wraps around. Well, no, it doesn't wrap around because obviously I've got the back of the ant, sorry. But it's, you know, different image there. Okay, here's the ant there, but it looks great. And inside, got the ant again. And I just like the, I don't know, I just like it. It just speaks to me more. And probably because of the ant more than anything, I reckon. So that gives us one last film to go. One last steelbook. And do you know what that one is? Well, the fact that I've gone through all these like this. Can you call it? What's the one film that I haven't done? Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, there's a bit of bias with this because I love this film. I love Captain America within the MCU. I love Captain America as a comic book character. I think this film just works. When I saw this film, I loved it. I loved it. I loved the step back in time. I loved the man out of time story. And so my bias from the film actually spilt over to this steelbook. And I love the fact that it's World War II, because I love World War II as an era as well. So, you know, I love that it's, yeah, like I said, the World War I aesthetic of it, with his old shield there, the first shield that he had. You've got all the metallic, which is the star, and you can see the flames through it. So much going on, and on the back you have the silver there, which matches up with, well, don't match up, sorry, this Red Skull on the back, but you have the sort of shield logo there, as in the shield, not the shield logo, not shield in the film, you know what I mean, the shield, not shield. Anyway, yeah, so that I like. Then, you know, again, nice spot gloss in. It's just something about it that I like. Armin Zola with Red Skull. An interior, you know, I'm not too fussed on the interior, you know, but it's more about the outside, and it's the first one that I sort of gravitate towards, in the sense of the Mondo steelbooks, the one that sort of stays in my mind more than any other when I'm thinking about them. So it sort of goes to that. But like I said, I do realise that that is probably because of a bias with the film and the character itself. But that didn't affect the other one. It's the World War II part as well, you know. So there we go. There we go. There we have it. All those Mondo steelbooks, 20 of them looked at in succession of my least favourite art style to my favourite. There we go. All done. Okay, so there we have it. All of those Mondo steelbook releases for Marvel, ranked from my least favourite to my favourite. Tell me your thoughts while watching that. Was there any that stuck out to you that sort of said to you, wow, I love that one. I think that one's the best. Because I'm looking at art, it is subjective completely. Because that's what art is. It's whether it speaks to you, whether it doesn't, the colours pop for you and all that sort of a thing. So that's how I'd rank them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what one speaks to you the most, what one speaks to you the least. And yeah, let's have a nice friendly conversation. This is AJ. Thank you for your time. I'll see you all on the next one. Take care and goodbye.